Today, I want to talk about people. Today, I want to talk about the world. What do I mean when I want to talk about people? Do I mean nasty gossip and rumors? Do I mean news? Kinds you see about celebrities? No. I mean, I want to talk about what's wrong with people. I don't mean what's wrong with kids these days. I don't mean what's wrong with criminals and people who really just don't belong with other people. I mean, what's wrong with the world? What's wrong with the people in the world? Depression, suicide, anxiety, bullying, cyberbullies, trolls. All of these things happen to all of these people. Our teachers, friends, our family, our neighbors, our politicians, our celebrities. Even that guy down the street who nobody wants to talk to because he's so creepy. Even that peppy, excited, energetic cheerleader down the hall. The new kid in your math class. The new coworker who just doesn't fit in yet. Everyone has problems. Everyone knows this. Not everyone accepts this. Problems don't have to be solved by just the person having them. Everyone can help solve anyone's problems. That peppy cheerleader that's always been Miss Popular that you just can't stand. She's always the first one to get invited to parties. She's always the first one out partying. She's shown up to school drunk before because that's the cool thing to do. What you don't know is that peppy cheerleader is just hiding from her own problems. Her mom and dad are divorced. Her favorite person in the whole world, her cousin, is gone. It was a car accident. It was a car accident that the cousin caused. That weird kid down the street. The kid nobody talks to. The kid nobody wants to hang out with, because that's social suicide. Which I will get back to that term. That kid, what you don't know is he doesn't care. Everyone calls him names. Everyone's always called him names. His parents have called him names. No one cares, so he doesn't care. When he finally does care, that's when he's going to take matters into his own hands. The problem is, you won't know whether he's going to take those matters in the form of a weapon, or whether he's going to take those matters in the form of campaigning, fighting to end bullying, fighting to end suicide and depression, and just fighting to help people's lives. You don't know what that kid's gonna do until he does it. There are warning signs. There are always warning signs. But even the closest person to that kid can miss those warning signs. His beloved uncle, who takes him out every day to get him away from a sad home environment and to help cheer him up, that uncle's not going to know. Your math teacher. The teacher that no one really notices when they're not in the class. That teacher that's just there, just teaches your math class. And what you don't know is that that teacher, that one teacher, has gone out of his way, out of her way, to make sure that every student in the school feels safe and welcome. Nobody notices because they do it so carefully. They care. No one else seems to. The cashier in line at the grocery store, all you know is this kid, probably in high school, maybe college, they stand there and they talk to customers and they plaster a smile on their face. They scan your stuff and they get you out of the store. They take your money. And what you don't know is that smiling cashier is not smiling because they're happy and they love their job. They're smiling because they want to be that person that sees someone having the most miserable day in the world and changes the whole thing with a smile and a few kind words. Kindness doesn't kill, it saves. Kindness saves lives. That peppy, happy cheerleader that's always out partying and drinking, she's the popular one. When the smart kid in class steps up to her and just talks to her for a few minutes, offers to help with her schoolwork for free, it can turn that kid's whole life around. That cheerleader can go from being peppy and happy as a facade to being peppy and happy because she has a reason to be. The popular kid down the street, it's only popular because he bullies everyone he doesn't like. He's only bullying you because he's been bullied himself. He knows what it's like, and he thinks that the only way he can feel better about it is to make somebody else feel it. That celebrity on TV, that every day you hear something new about, oh, she did this crazy thing, she did that crazy thing. What you don't know is that celebrity is cracking under the pressure of always having eyes on you. Does every celebrity, every weird kid, every bully, every peppy cheerleader, is this everyone's story? No. But you're not going to know that it is. You're not going to know until you take the time to know. I was that peppy, happy kid once. I wasn't a cheerleader. I wasn't an outcast. At my school, there wasn't such a thing. There were the weird kids that nobody liked, except for people still liked them. My best friend was one of those people. He was the weird kid. He was the kid that it seemed like he could snap at any minute. But I befriended him. Because everyone deserves a friend. I honestly think that if I had just been another bully, just been another, oh, you're so weird, get a haircut, or another, wow, you talk funny. I think if I had been that way, my school would have ended up in the news, like all these schools now. Me? I was that kid that always had a smile on her face. I hung out with what I would affectionately refer to as the outcasts. We weren't really outcasts. Nobody at our school was. Everybody had somebody. But we were the kids that didn't fit into athletic or jock or what have you. We weren't hard punk rockers. We weren't obnoxious. We weren't partiers. We were just the kids that were kids. I was the kid that went out of my way to make people laugh. It was my goal to get as many laughs in the day as I could without getting in trouble. But I was also the kid that took my studies seriously. I was the kid that no one expected to see ever in a news story. Not for anything except for good grades or community service. I was the kid that almost ended up a news story. I was the kid that almost ended up another statistic. No one knew. No one had a clue. My own mother couldn't see the signs because I hid them. I hid them so well. I hid them so well that when I walked into the school counselor's office and said, I need help, the counselor was surprised. I hid it so well, there were days I had myself fooled. And then I'd get a sense, just a feeling. I'd be holding a pencil and think, it would be really easy to just stab myself. I would be cutting a loaf of bread in the kitchen. It would be really easy for this to just accidentally slip. I wonder what would happen. I never did it. But I could have. I almost did. I came so close one day. I went for a walk and I almost did not come back. For every story like mine, there's someone who doesn't come back. For every story like mine, there's a lot who don't come back. There's a lot who go for a walk and stop and do jump off that bridge. There's a lot who go out hunting or tell their friends they're going out hunting. But the only game they bag that day is themselves. Social suicide. That's what I've heard it called. When someone hangs out with the unpopular kid. When they hang out with the loser at school. But no, that's not what it is. It's being an angel of mercy. That's telling that unpopular kid, that loser, that they're not what everyone else says they are. They're what they say they are. That's telling that one kid that to at least one person in the world they matter. Social suicide is a stupid term. It makes light of two things. It makes light of those people who don't come back from those walks. Those people who purposefully slam into a tree at high speeds. Those people who grab their dad's gun their wife's gun, their husband's gun. It makes light of that situation. But it also makes light of that life that the quote-unquote social suicider is saving. Next time you see a bully, ask yourself this. Am I really too cool to try to save someone? Do I care that little about my fellow man? Or am I just scared to be next? If you don't step in, one of those answers is probably yes. If you're scared to step in, if you're scared to be next, just remember that you would want someone to step in for you, no matter how scared they are. Bravery isn't about doing something stupid just to prove that you're not afraid. Bravery is looking at the face of the uncomfortable and saying, I need to do this anyway. I need to do this anyway. Because it's right. Because someone needs to. Superheroes aren't made. Superheroes aren't born. Superheroes just exist. The problem is that someone has to step into those roles. If you or someone you love is contemplating suicide, if you or someone you love is depressed or being bullied, talk to someone. Get them to talk to someone. Get help. Because no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter your race, color, gender, political affiliation, you matter. If to no one else, you matter to me. I may never know you. This video may get 0 views. I don't care. What I want to get out there is that no matter who you are, no matter what you've done, no matter where you're coming from, I don't care. Your life matters to me. Convicted felons, they're still human beings. They're human beings that have messed up. They're human beings that may not need to be with other human beings. But they're still human beings. They still have a right not to be harassed or attacked or bullied. We have a criminal justice system to deal out punishments fitting. The next time you see someone being bullied, the next time you see someone depressed, the next time you see someone faking it hard, just give them a smile and talk to them. Show them that they care. Show them that you care, that they matter. Show them that someone is in their corner. If you or a loved one is contemplating suicide, please, please don't be a statistic. Think about the people who will stop and cry over the mere thought of you. Think of the people you're gonna hurt. And call a helpline. Talk to a counselor. Talk to a friend. Get yourself some help. Today, I wanted to talk about how to save lives. Today, I hope I made you stop and think. Today, I hope I made a difference. To even one person.